Okay, so this is going to be something a little different. We're gonna do a little cooking video. And we're making meatloaf. And hopefully... that should be good right there. I've got music in the background a little bit, just to stop it from being too loud. Or being too quiet, I should say. We're making meatloaf. Start by tiny whisking all this stuff. This is all our breadcrumbs, parsley, mustard, salt, pepper, some Parmesan cheese. I was also not able to get to the store today because I don't have my car ready, so what we're doing, we're kind of pulling a little chop thing. So instead of breadcrumbs, I've got stuffing mix. Instead of egg, like I should have, I'm using oil. But I'm sure it'll be fine. For sauce, so I've got salt, pepper, obviously. A little bit of mustard in here. Some spicy ketchup, some Whataburger spicy ketchup, which is actually really good. Normally I would use regular ketchup, but if we have it, I'm going to use it. Vinegar. That's the dogs whining in the background. I was going to add something else to this, but apparently I don't have it, so. Tiny whisk that up. Actually, now that I think about it, I need I get a little brown sugar, just a little bit. Probably just need to go like a small spoonful. Probably about that much. I don't want to put a bunch in there because I don't need it super sweet. I'm actually going to keep that spoon off to the side. I'll use that to put on the meatloaf. Let's whisk this in real quick. I think I probably put a little too much ketchup in there, but it should be okay. I think that'll be alright. I think it tastes pretty good. Put that off to the side. And also do garlic real quick. I already chopped the onions up because that's one part of my garlic. Because I didn't want to I don't want to start crying on camera. Onions make me cry. I think they make most people cry. I'm also using elephant garlic because it's already in the house and we need it to be used before it goes bad. So do a little rough chop. This is all going inside the meatloaf, so I don't really care too much. also doing garlic butter noodles. So that's what this garlic is for. This knife is also not the best. I should also have something to hold this cutting board down. This is not any of my equipment. My cutting board actually has rubber edges, corners, so I can actually keep it in place and not have it slide around like this is right now. But it's alright. We're gonna make do. I'm also not a chef. I should probably preface that. So any sort of horrible skills or anything that I do wrong should be taken lightly. Try that one more time. Still some big chunks in there, I see. Alright. I think that'll be alright. Put that off to the side. There it is. So hamburger, I'm going to adjust this real quick because I don't know how well this is doing. Actually not be too bad. Bring it in a little bit. I'm also using my GoPro, which I've very seldomly used. I've used it once for that hiking video. That was about it. So, got ground beef here. I'm going to go right in with the garlic. Actually, crap, I was supposed to, whoops. Well, that's getting raw garlic. I was thinking too far ahead. What I wanted to do was put that into a saucepan. I wanted that to go in the saucepan so it could actually, cook a little bit. So, we'll do that with the onions. Thankfully, I couldn't do that with the onions. Personally, I don't think anybody likes raw onions in meatloaf. We'll get our stove going. I'm going to move the camera. See everything right there. Egg noodles. And yes, this is an induction stove. I'm not happy about it, but it's all I've got to work with right now. So, let the pan warm up. We'll throw our onions in, and I'm also going to use the same pan to cook my garlic and basically what I'm using as a pasta sauce. Give it one more second. warm up a little bit more. So, yeah, the plan is meatloaf with garlic butter noodles. And I'm planning on doing more of this kind of stuff because I enjoy cooking quite a bit. Go. Get that going. Let's just salt this a little bit. Like I said before, this is not my usual equipment. I'll be using some other stuff, and hopefully soon I'll be able to do that. I'm not expecting to go crazy with this sort of stuff. Steam. I'm not expecting to go too crazy with cooking videos. No. If you want to learn proper cooking stuff, there's plenty of other actual chefs and cooks out there. Yeah, I hear you. All I'm looking for is a little bit of color on these. I don't want them fully caramelized or anything, but I want some color. These are not intended to be educational, they're just fun, something to do. It's fun, something to do. And it gets me a little bit more comfortable with the camera, which is really what I need. A little bit more. Like I said, we don't want any sort of raw onions in here. This is something I wish I had done for every meatloaf I have ever made in the past. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. I'm really hoping the music is loud enough to cover up background noise of silence, but also not loud enough to get picked up by YouTube's horrible copyright system. If there's one thing I've learned, YouTube will drag you through the coals if you even have anything that remotely sounds copyrighted, which is pretty much every song ever. I think that's looking pretty good. I'm going to give it another few seconds, maybe a minute. can see a little bit of color. I have the light on, so I don't know about. Nope, that's horrible. Alright, I think that's looking pretty good. Turn that off. Now, we go back to our meatloaf. Woo! Get all of these onions in. What else? Oh yeah. I don't know why I used the entire bowl for this, but we got another thing of ketchup right there. Throw it into it. Now, to save my hands the trouble of we're gonna put some gloves on. Get this out of here. Yeah, I'll put this in the sink real quick. And I'm just gonna go in with just a little bit of oil. A little bit more. We're gonna start with that, see if it comes together. I don't have any eggs. So that's why I'm using oil instead. To act as a binding agent. Oops, I put the camera right there. Get everything off of there. The hands. I think it looks pretty good already. I don't want this too loose, but I also don't want it too, put that over there actually. I don't want it too loose, but I also don't want it too wet. Or too dry, I should say. I don't know why I said wet. This is real quality ground beef from an actual cow, so I don't want to kill it with a bunch of extra flavor that's not going to matter. I'm actually going to take one of my gloves off. A little bit of salt. I'll incorporate that in as much as I can. It's definitely going to need more. I think the ketchup has MSG in it, so it's Uncle Roger approved, thankfully. Maybe if I ever make fried rice, Uncle Roger will review me. That'd be pretty awesome. He'd probably make fun of me for being white, but you know what? Worth it. I think that's looking pretty good. That's good. Like I said, I don't want to add too much extra stuff in there. I think all I'm going to do is add a bit more pepper. And a little bit more oil. I think we'll be good to go. I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna call that good. Which, actually, I'm gonna keep my glove on because we're going to do something that I've never actually done before. I hope it works. Spray. Haven't done anything with my right hand, I promise. I'm not touching a bunch of nasty stuff with my nasty hand. You know, I'm trying to get my phone out of my pocket with my left hand because it's in my right pocket. Okay. So, the way I came up with this, which I didn't come up with it actually, the way I came across this was watching Andy Cooks. He basically put his meatloaf into a pan, flipped it onto a sheet pan, and then baked it like that. I'm really hoping, I'm going to pack this down pretty well. I'm hoping this works out because I hate cooking meatloaf in the pan. I think it causes way too much of a problem, personally. But, moment of truth. 1, 2, actually let's do it like this. 1, God. 1, 2, 3. Hey, that worked. Awesome. Now I just have to hope it stays in that shape or else I'm a little screwed. Sink. That's actually not bad. I just gotta hope it doesn't fall apart when it bakes. But it should be good. I think the plan is I'm gonna say go a little bit of this on top just to start it out. And I'm probably maybe like halfway through cooking, I'll add some more. Actually, I'll get the sides too. Sides there, and get this side right here in front of me. And I'm gonna bake this At 375, just to check on it. I don't use a timer for stuff like this. There we go. I think that's pretty good. It's got all that left, which, oh, put a little bit more on, I guess. Just on the top. If I didn't have gloves on, I'd be using a brush or something. But I've already got the glove on, and this is all raw stuff going into an oven, so we're fine. I think that's good. Like I said, I'll add the rest of it to the top of it. That's when I'll probably actually use, I'll probably just use a spoon for that. But now, I'm going to get this into the oven, and we're going to move back over to the stove, and we're going to start our pasta. Yeah. Sorry, it took me a second, because I didn't know if I wanted to start it right away. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, now we're back on the stove top. I've already got my... that was less softer than I thought it would be. I've already got my noodles out of the thing, so I'm just going to start on the sauce. I actually need more butter. Maybe not. Actually, yeah. Butter makes everything better. And these are basically buttered noodles. Let this heat up a little bit, and we'll add our garlic. Let this get a little bit more, get a little bit of color on it. I have like a little bit of a brown butter. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. A little bit of Italian seasoning in there. I'll probably add more. That's going. Let's get our garlic in. We don't want this to go too long. We just want a little bit of color on it, and for it to be fragrant. Already smells really good. But just a little bit. Meatloaf's almost done. It's at about 140 right now. Let's do this. Let's keep trying to. Come on, come on. Now, hopefully in the future when I do this, it will be a little bit more quote-unquote professional. Like I said before, this is not my setup. This looks really good. Yeah, I'm putting it back on the stove, don't worry. I'm just getting a little bit of color. I'm just going to turn it down again. A little bit of pasta water. I'll probably add more butter to it because honestly, I love buttered noodles. If you want a really good buttered noodle recipe to follow, just look up, or I can leave it down in the description, Binging with Babish. He actually does some really good stuff with buttered noodles. Probably one of my more favorite, well, yeah, I'd say he's one of my more favorite content creators for food. Unfortunately, we are using bottled Parmesan because I don't have any choice. Let's do this. Introduce the noodles back in. Probably could use a bigger pan. Should be alright. Wish I had an actual I definitely should have gone with a bigger pan. Probably could have done this in a bowl. Ah, come on. Stay in the skillet. Pan. Oops, that was biggies. More pasta water. Smells really good, I'll give it that. Despite this not being the way I would do this, smells really good. Oh, another piece fell out. Tastes pretty good too. A little bit of salt, a bit of pepper. Probably add more Italian seasoning to it. Maybe another knob of butter. Man, I'm just horrible at keeping this in. Another knob of butter in there. And we're going to do a bit more seasoning. I might be the only one eating this pasta anyways, so. Just trying to make sure all the garlic is fully incorporated. I should have used more garlic. Still had a little bit more, but I definitely should have used it. It's alright. Alright. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'll grab a fork and try this. Whoops. Don't want to be going all the way to the bottom. Thank you. Okay, whatever. Thought we had an open thing of red pepper flakes, but apparently not. Yeah. There we go. As I just drop it on the floor, good job, genius. Yeah, but I think that's a positive. Alright, so here we have the finished product. As I have my little handy GoPro controller, so I don't have to walk over there. I put a little bit of Whataburger spicy ketchup on top. I'm afraid that the meatloaf now have a whole bunch of flavor. Get a little bit smaller piece than that. Come on. It is a little bit dry, but overall, it is actually really good. A little piece of the inside. That's actually not bad. It does need a little bit more flavor. I don't know what I would do differently with it. Maybe add more salt and pepper. Outside is really good. Honestly, I think if you're gonna make meatloaf, do it with the spicy ketchup. Going for some of that pasta. And get some on-grade pork. That is really good. I think the only thing I would do differently is use real Parmesan cheese. Just kind of grate it in there. But honestly, really good. And more garlic. But I just really like garlic, so. Yeah, definitely worth it for everything I was able to scrape together. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, leave a comment, tell me how you think I did, despite screwing up a lot of ingredients. And we'll see what comes next. Bye.